This is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Prescribed Fire and Smoke Briefing for Wednesday, April 6, 2026. Fire activity map shows ongoing prescribed fires in purple and recent wildfire activity in yellow. The largest fire we had over the past few days is this fire in southern Idaho, which was just under 100 acres. Precipitation for the past 7 days is shown here. This doesn't include the precipitation from yesterday, which we would have seen some enhancement across much of Nevada and northern and central Utah. But other than that, it is showing a dry trend for the past week. 72-hour snowfall does show that we did see some snowfall out of this recent round of precipitation yesterday and overnight in mainly northeast Utah. Snow cover is shown here on the right. We still do have some snow out there with central Idaho mountains and western Wyoming in particular. Further south, however, there's not a whole lot of snow left. Our ERC trends are shown here right now in the blue. We do see values close to normal for the time of year, but we are going into a warming and drying pattern, which is going to increase our temperatures and increase our ERCs quite rapidly across the area. So we'll see those popping up to near historical maximums for many areas. This morning's satellite imagery shows the low pressure kind of still impacting the eastern portions of our area this morning, but will be moving off to the east, leaving us with generally cool northerly flow today with a drying pattern. So again, our upper level pattern for today shows that low scooting off to the east over Colorado, bringing some decent snow for those guys, and a high pressure ridge building off the west coast. Ventilation rates are high today. As far as the winds go, we do see some enhanced winds over central and southern Utah. These are going to be northerly winds as that low exits off to the east. Mixing heights are very high across the area. Not too much in terms of precipitation today, although we will see some lingering showers over mainly the higher elevations of central and eastern Utah today, and maybe a shower here or there over our northern mountains as well. Maximum temperatures start to come up along the western borders of the area with highs in the upper 70s to maybe even near 80 in Boise, cooler on the eastern side. On Thursday, we'll continue to see high pressure ridge building in along the west coast, gradually increasing our temperatures. Ventilation rates are going to be pretty high as well on Thursday. Wind speeds on Thursday will show some stronger westerly winds, mainly across the Snake River Plain and into western Wyoming and across the Uinta Basin here, and even parts of northern Nevada. Mixing heights are high as well on Thursday. Precipitation shows not too much going on for Thursday, maybe just some continued lingering showers there in western Wyoming. And the minimum relative humidity start to decrease, especially across the south. We'll see those values dropping into the teens. On Friday, continued high pressure ridge located to the south and east with the warming area wide. Ventilation rates are high again. Wind speeds, we'll still see some of those gusty winds along the Snake River Plain, Wyoming, and northeast Utah. Mixing heights still staying elevated. On Friday, our temperatures really start to increase. We'll see temperatures bumping into the low 80s for many areas across the west and into the upper 70s in Utah. Minimum relative humidities continue to decrease down into the low teens. The 3-day precip totals, again, just showing some of the lingering precipitation mainly over the eastern parts of the Great Basin. Clearing index for the next couple of days for Utah shows very high values. And Saturday, high pressure is really starting to dominate the picture here with rapid warming across the area. Ventilation rates start to come down just a bit with that high building in. Sunday, more the same, high pressure ridge building in place across the Great Basin. Should be a lovely Mother's Day for all of us. Ventilation rates, again, pretty high, but we are seeing some areas where we'll see decreasing values as that high builds in. More of the same on Monday. High pressure ridge still sticking in place for warm and dry conditions area-wide. And that pattern generally continues into Tuesday. We may start to see a low pressure building off the Pacific coast. We may start to see some things changing later in the week next week, but for now it's still warm and dry through the middle of next week. And not much in the way of precipitation for the second half of the period, so just some precipitation here in the next couple of days in the eastern half of the area, and then dry through midweek next week. The extended forecast for May 13th through the 19th calls for above normal temperatures across much of the Great Basin. Precipitation-wise, we'll see that drier pattern across the north, but possibly maybe a better chance of some precipitation returning to the southern parts of the Great Basin. This concludes today's briefing. Please check back on Friday for the latest updates.